Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another match. Another championship prediction video. I nearly said match preview. That's tomorrow night. So, Blades, if you want to come and join us tomorrow night, please do so. But this is the championship prediction video. As always, it is week 19, game week 19. We've been doing this for a long, long time. And my co host for this has been here every step of the way. Mr. Ollie, how are you doing today, my son?
Yes, not bad. Thanks, Nick. It does feel like it's been a long start to the season, picking these up and running with it. But no, it's been fun. Always enjoy doing a few predictions. Just wish I was a bit better at them.
Oh, right. Well, perfect. Let's get into it, shall we? Here's the results for game week 18. And Ollie, do you remember I said a while back that you nearly did a red wash? Well, you nearly did a red wash yet again.
Yeah, this was pretty awful. Looking at all that red, I got 2 points. Oh God,
it was a bad week. It was a bad week for you, mate.
It was a really, really bad week.
Do you know at one point as well, we'd both got a 3-pointer, and that was Burnley versus Reading until the very last seconds when Burnley got the winner. But that could have boosted you up to 5 points, but it wasn't to be. I took away 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. I thought it was 9 points, but I thought, let's count just to make sure. And Ollie took away a measly 2. I'm sorry, mate. Here on screen right now is the table. I've gone 10 points in front of you, beastly Ollie. How do you feel about that?
10 points is probably the biggest gap we've had all year. We've been talking about how close it's been, how well it's been going. But yeah, I've had an absolute nightmare here to be this far behind. I've got some work to do to catch up.
Yep. So, do you want to tell us what happened with the viewers' scores, mate?
Indeed, the viewers had a very interesting week. Their general average was around sort of 6 or 7, and everybody, as I was going through it, I was checking them. It was 5, 7, 8, 6, 4, and then out of absolutely nowhere, one man just jumped above
One man.
everybody. It was insane. King Liam shone like a king. Let me tell you that. He got 14 points, and he had an absolute king of a week. No other way of describing it. He lived up to his name.
He had a royal week today.
He had a royal week indeed. Yeah, he absolutely smashed that. And to be honest, everybody else was so far behind, it's not worth the shout out. Apologies, everyone.
So you've absolutely just mugged off everyone other than King Liam. So probably just expecting King Liam in the stream then tonight.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Yeah.
To be honest, as much as I'm mugging you all off, you all beat me. Literally every single one of you. So
you don't even deserve to be sat there right now.
No, you should mug me off, to be honest. I'll get off and just let you do this on your own now.
Oh dear. No, we don't want that. We all love you, Ollie. And let's get into it. First game is Coventry versus Blackburn Rovers. And Blackburn Rovers can't stop winning right now, can they, Ollie?
Yeah. Blackburn Rovers are on fire, to be honest. I've been really impressed with them. I thought for a long time they were too streaky. I thought they'd drop away because they were win-loss, and they just really couldn't get it together. But they have got it together. They're in great form. They just keep winning. Coventry have got more and more uncertainty piling up. Are they going to be able to play this game at home? Are they going to go and stadium share with Walsall? Nobody knows what's happening there. And that inconsistency is what's going to cost them, because they've proven that if they can just have some consistency where they know what their club looks like, they can get points. They're a good side, but this just doesn't help them. And I don't think it's going to help them here. I'm going to go with the form book, and I'm going to go 2-1 Blackburn. I want 2-0 Blackburn.
2-0 Blackburn. I've gone for 2-1 Blackburn. It's a similar result. We're both probably going to come away with 1 point in this game. Hopefully 3 points for your boy. But we'll move on and we'll go to Hull City versus Middlesbrough. Both of them dropping points right now.
Yeah, it's a weird one. Hull seem to turn it around at one point and you think, oh, actually, they're not a bad side. They're starting to get together. And then they have another of those results. Can't really fault them, losing to Blackburn. We've just been bigging up how much of a run Blackburn are on, how great they've been. So there's no shame in that defeat at the weekend. But Middlesbrough, I can't get my hand on them yet. They've lost away at Preston. They've conceded 2 goals to Preston. Preston don't score 2 goals. So this all is not right at Middlesbrough. They're probably just begging to get through these next couple of weeks, get to the World Cup break, and then come back after that break, really having a go at the division. I think they'll be happy to take a point here, and I think they can get it 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1. I've gone for a Hull City win. I think there's not going to be many goals in this game. Hull might just edge it, but this is one that nobody wants to bet on. This is not one of those games. Yeah.
No.
Anyway,
there's no banker there.
No, it's not a banker. No. Luton versus Reading, though. Could this be a banker?
Not for me. I don't think there's a banker anywhere in this. I think we've got two teams there who, on their day, can be very, very good. Luton recently had put together a fantastic run of results that had really seen them starting to look like a playoff side. They've gone off the boil a little bit. They had that defeat at Watford. I think they only used to draw with Sunderland this weekend. So they're probably hoping to get back on it. Reading, similarly, started like a house on fire, off the boil a little bit. Another defeat at the weekend, albeit there's no shame in losing to Burnley. So it's hard to predict this one. Certainly not a banker or a strong prediction, but I'm going another draw. I think Luton will feel like drop points at home. Go 1-1.
Yeah, I think it's a good prediction from yourself. Reading almost held Burnley to a draw, which was 1-1 as well at the time. I've gone for Luton doing a Burnley and picking the 3 points up, 2-1 away from home. Next up, we've got Preston North End versus Swansea. And like you say, Preston don't score many goals, but I do think Preston are a strong side.
I do as well. As it feels as though I've been joking about them for so long, I've forgotten how to treat them like a serious effort. But actually, they are a decent side. I think they only have to get marginal things improved for them to actually be a really good side. Swansea have been on a fantastic roll. They got a bit of a disappointing draw at Bristol. So how are they feeling at the minute? I'm just not sure. I'm going to ignore Shazbat just completely pieing me off there because I had a shocker of a week. But I think, again, I'm going to go back to Old Faithful. I think at some point Preston will draw 0-0 again, and I think it's going to be this one.
And if you didn't predict them to draw 0-0 and drew 0-0, you'd never let yourself forgive it, would you?
I would never, ever forgive myself. I can't have them drawing 0-0 and me not being on it. And I think this could be the week. I was speaking to some Swansea fans sort of earlier today, and they were starting to make those jokes about, oh, bring on the 0-0 then midweek after having a disappointing result against Bristol City. So, yeah, I think this might be where this one lands.
Yeah, fair enough. I've gone for a 2-0 Preston win, mirroring the last game for them. I think they are strong at the moment. And, whatever happens, I don't think Swansea are scoring a goal here, which is what both of us think. Next up is Bristol City versus our Blades, Sheffield United. I went to West Brom. We were by far the better team. West Brom were okay in patches, but they were the worst West Brom side I have seen at the Hawthorns when we've gone to visit them. So, it's good that we've finally won a game, but at the same time, it was West Brom, and they are really bad right now. And I do think Carlos Corberán will sort it out eventually, but we're not talking about West Brom right now. We're talking about Bristol City versus Sheffield United. And I've gone for a tiny, tiny little 1-0 win for the Blades. We might just sneak it, but that might just be me being biased.
Well, we've finally got that win. That's huge. We've been on such a bad run. So to get that win is massive. The big thing for me, though, is that Anel picked up the booking. I think he's now suspended for this one. So I don't think he's going to be there. When he's not there, our defense is just nowhere near as solid. We know what Bristol have got in attack. We know that they can come to us. So I think this one's going to have goals in it. And I don't think we're going to be able to back up another win there. 2-2.
Wow. There's two people, Adam Blade and it's Umai, saying the exact same thing. How weird is that? Two comments saying the exact same thing. A late winner for Sharp, an 89th minute William of Sharp goal. Fair enough, we'll take it. That means that I get 3 points. More importantly, the Blades get 3 points. Next up, West Bromwich Albion. I should have waited to talk about West Brom for the very next game. Very, very poor from West Brom. Like I said, I think they will get better under Carlos, but I don't think this is the game where they win. I think they're drawing 1-1 in this game. They might even get beaten, which I was sort of kind of edging towards them getting beat. There's no way they're going to win this game. That's what I'm thinking anyway. And you've gone for a 2-0 win, haven't you, for Blackpool?
I have indeed, yeah. I think Blackpool, they've started to get a little bit of a run together. There's been lots of goals in their games. But I think for West Brom, they're another team similar to Middlesbrough, where they're just waiting now for this World Cup break. They've got a new manager in, need to give him time to settle, and he will turn it around for them. But like you said, they were so bad against us yesterday. I don't think he's got anywhere near enough time to spark a reaction in them. I think their fans are still a little bit mutinous. And so I think Blackpool can really take advantage of that.
I think it's really weird because looking at their team, it's a fantastic team on paper, but a lot of the Baggies fans are saying that the players are the problem and it's not the manager. I'm very surprised after Steve Bruce being the last manager. I thought everyone would be blaming him, but yeah, it's a bit odd. Yeah, let's see what happens now. Moving on to Birmingham City, not too far away from West Brom, and they are playing your favourite team out of every team in the Championship, Millwall Football Club.
Indeed, but Millwall, of course, let me down this weekend. They've been my banker for a little bit of a while. I thought that they definitely had everything they needed to go and beat Huddersfield. I thought Huddersfield were a poor side, but Huddersfield have taken 3 points, and that's an absolutely shocking result for Millwall. They will not be happy to see that, and then they will not be happy to see my prediction, because I think it's going to be 2 defeats in a row on the road, because Birmingham have been great. They've really brought it together. They were fantastic on Friday night in their victory. So, yeah, I just think they're going to back that up and just keep rolling, because they look a decent side now.
You mean that victory at home to QPR that I called and you didn't?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah. I didn't call anything last weekend, so you're really just saying that a lot.
Don't be too harsh on yourself. You called 2 correct results. Yeah, that's really good for the week. Burnley versus Rotherham United. And what are you expecting from this game?
I'm expecting Burnley to just keep rolling. Burnley have been fantastic. They're beating anybody in front of them at the moment. I was talking about them at the weekend and saying, they have too many draws. Draws are holding them back. But they do really seem to have completely overcome that. They seem to just be absolutely flying past teams now, even when it's getting down to the last minutes. If you're scoring a last-minute winner when draws have been what's holding you back, then that's a really positive sign for the mentality. It's that you've put that behind you, and I think they're going to keep on dominating. I think they'll win this one with a really big home performance, 4-0.
There you go. I've gone on the same lines as well, but I do think that Burnley like to concede a cheeky goal. So that's why I've gone for a 3-1 win. We've also got some comments. Joachim going in the middle of me and you. Yeah. But M. Clinton knows exactly what he's talking about. A 3-1 Burnley win. That man knows ball. Now, Cardiff City versus Watford. Does Bilic know ball right now?
I mean, Watford, I have no idea. I thought they were going to have a massive win at Wigan. And in the end, I think they've deserved their win from everything that I've seen, everything I've read. But it was tighter than I really thought it was going to be. Watford are so hard to predict their performance level. They're either going to be really good, and even if they're only going to win 1-0, they're still going to be a much dominant side in the game, or they're going to completely fall apart and lose it. Adam, massively confident there that Watford were going to win this big, and he's going to make me look a fool if they do, because I actually think they're going to struggle here. I think they might lose it. I think they might do a Watford, and what's what Watford have done a lot this season. I think they might lose it.
Ooh, wow. The only one that I expected you to definitely go for an away win, and you've gone for a home win. You love away wins as well.
I know, but sometimes you've got to try something new, Nick, when it's just not working.
So go for the team that... Oh, yeah. No. You might be right. I'm sorry. Watford are a weird team, and they probably will go and lose to Cardiff. Now I've said all this. Next up, let's talk about Huddersfield versus Sunderland. I don't know what to say about these two teams. Another one that you could not call.
No, it's really tricky, this, because, we spent a lot of time at the start of the season talking about Sunderland being a good team, but then they've really struggled. They've had a lot of injuries. I think Ellis Sims is on his way back. I'm not sure if he was on the bench at the weekend, but I think we are expecting to see him before too long. That will be huge for them. That just gives them such a different option, gives them the opportunity to really grow into games and really have a goal threat. Huddersfield, they're flying now, having beaten Millwall. They're not bottom. So for them, that's flying this season because I really think they're a poor side. So that's a great result. They'll really want to build on it. But I just don't think this is the game. I think Sunderland will win it. I think I'm going to say 2-1.
There you go. I think that proves neither of us have gone for the same result. After Huddersfield's win a few days ago, I think they might have got it in them to get something out of the game. I'm not 100% sure that they'll get the 3 points, but I've gone for a draw. Anyway, let's move on to Norwich, who, after 6 games without a win, picked up a win just like the Blades. And it seemed quite a comfortable win as well. What are you making of this game then?
Yeah, it's really tricky because, like you say, Norwich, just like United, went on a terrible run, finally got a win. They'll be feeling confident going into this one. They're at home, so they'll really want to build on it and really want to send a message that it's not just one fluky result. They can keep it going. But QPR are such a tough team to play against. They're a really good side. You know, they struggled against Birmingham. Lyndon Dykes missing that penalty. And I don't know if I called it on here, but on one of the shows we've done, I told everybody that he was a donkey. I really don't rate him at all. But this is a really tough game to call. I'm going to just go down the middle. I think it's going to be entertaining. 2 good sides, 2-2 draw.
Wow, there you go. I think Norwich are back. I think QPR may falter after Mick Beale being kind of lauded as the greatest manager the world's ever seen. I think that Norwich, with all their array of talent, will start picking up points again now. So I've gone for quite a comfortable Norwich win as well, haven't I? Which bit over the top.
Yeah, you've gone big on that. QPR are a good side. They're a very good side.
Not in this game. Not in this game. I'm calling it. However, everybody else is going against me. Not one person has said that Norwich is going to win this. But I'm a bit confused with that because Norwich were Norwich are really good going forward for me. And I think that's how they're going to do well this season. They're defensively shocking, but at the up front and in attacking areas, they've got an array of talent. And I really, really enjoy watching them play football, except for when it's against Sheffield United.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you think that they're a team that can score goals but will concede a lot and therefore, might score 2 and concede 2, something like that.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that's right. Can I change it?
No.
Not right now.
If they'll win 3-1 and you'll get 3 points.
Well, yeah, exactly. Next up, we've got Wigan Athletic versus Stoke City. And neither of them pulling up many trees right now. I'm going to just jump in there and say, out of 4 possible 2 possible scorelines, we've gone for 1 goal across it all. So that proves that this is not one for the neutrals.
No, it's going to be a dull game. I think, this is 2 teams who are just not in form at all. Wigan have only won 1 game at home all season. I think that's a real indictment of a team that is in trouble because they could be dropping. Stoke, though, themselves have lost 3 in a row, but they'll be looking at this as saying, if we've got to play any away game, we want to play Wigan right now. They'll fancy their chances, and I think they'll take 1. I think it'll be a rubbish game. I don't think anyone's going to watch it. If this is on the red button on Sky, I would implore everyone, do not click that button. It's not going to be a classic, but I do think it'll be good for Stoke fans. I think they'll get the win.
Guaranteed to be 4-4 now, this game.
I know.
Almost. I'll take that because I'll take 1 point on and put that on the scoreboard.
5-4 Stoke. I'll accept that. That'll get me the point.
There we go. Thank you very much, Ole. As always, you've been an absolute gem. Hopefully you carry on your amazing form and go for another 1 or 2 in this game week. But it's all a bit of fun. Thank you, everybody, for commenting. Make sure, even if you've been in the live chat, make sure you pop all your scores in the comments. And Ollie may give you a shout out in the next video. Thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you next time.